Well, here we are on YouTube, Ryan. I am so excited to get to see some more George Harrison. When last we met, our heroes, you and I, were journeying through the past. And we were experiencing George Harrison, some songs that I thought were Beatles songs, but actually learned to find out that they were George Harrison songs. Anyway, that's me.
I've enjoyed the album so far. So this is part 2. This is basically sides 3 and 4 of his double LP, All Things Must Pass. We are doing the original release tracks. There are many versions of this album, re-releases, reissues, what have you. So we're going to be stopping on the song "Hear Me, Lord," but we're starting with the song "Beware of Darkness." And if you want to hear our thoughts on George and all that good stuff, go check out part 1. So basically, we don't want to repeat ourselves. So without further ado, here's part 2. Let's just get right into the album.
Okay.
All right.
Beware of Darkness.
I try to. You got Ringo on drums again and Eric on guitar.
Watch
Well,
out now. Take up your word for swingers. Dropping all around you. The pain that often mingles. Anything to take.
Man, those lyrics are powerful. I love them. Like,
Yeah.
beware of, where was it? Maybe it was a little bit.
I like that line there where it says, "Watch out now, take care. Beware of soft shoe shufflers." I don't know why
Yeah.
that's a.
Yeah. Like, kind of like people that are trying to sneak around a little bit, or just be
dancing down the sidewalks as each unconscious sufferer. So I know this song was written apparently to warn us against the illusions of grandeur, or the basically what's the real meaning of life and joy. It's not.
Yeah. But
It's not being a Beatle.
Yeah.
He recognizes that it's about who you are inside and being a good person in the world. And
yeah. I like this. Beware of sadness. It can hit you, it can hurt you, make you sore, and what is more, that is not what you are here for.
Yeah.
Some good wisdom in this song. Yeah,
it's a beautiful song. I think this is the one that will grow as the more you listen to it. Like, it's really great off the bat, but I think this is one that I think repeat listening makes it seem deeper and more sad at the same time.
It sucks if your name is Maya, because watch out.
Yeah, beware of Maya. She sounds terrible. All right. That's good. What a good start to disc 2 or side 3.
Yeah. I'll roll into the next one here.
Next one's called
Apple Scruffs.
Apple Scruffs. My favorite dessert. Great harmonica.
Now watch you sitting there, seeing the passers-by all stir, like you have no place to go. But there's so much they don't know about apple scruffs. You've been stood around for years, see my smiles and touch my tears. How it's been a long, long time, and how you've been on my mind, my apple scruffs. Apple scruffs, apple scruffs. How I love you, how I love you. In the fog and in the rain, through the pleasures and the pain, on the step outside you stand, with your flowers in your hand, my apple scruffs. While the years come and go, thy love must surely show that throughout all time and space, we're together face to face, my apple scruffs. Apple scruffs, apple scruffs. How I love you, how I love you.
Do you know what bending a harmonica means?
It's very hard to do. They're tough.
Have you heard that term before? So
I've never heard.
excuse me. I mean, you and I have probably stuck a harmonica in our face and went like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like blown in, blown out, and like have no idea what we're doing. As you get better at harmonica, you learn how to bend the notes, which has nothing to do with bending the harmonica, but you actually it's just a technique to get the notes to kind of do the like when you bend a note on a guitar, right? When you hear the like the different like tones, when you push the strings up, and you can do that. Same idea in a harmonica. So you can do that with a note. So I'm just wondering, like, if maybe in the early days of harmonica playing, I mean, harmonicas had been around for a long time. I wonder when that started to happen, when people started to bend the notes. Because in this song, they're not bending them very much at all. That's why I'm
so
curious.
You said all that to say that it wasn't being bent.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to give context. Like, if I just said, are they bending the notes in that? People would be like, oh, yes, the emperor does have clothes on. Like, I don't want to, like, have people just assume things. I want them to, like, know the context. So, yeah, that's why. That makes sense.
Of note, George Harrison did all the instruments on this song, on this track.
Okay.
Yeah. Except for Mel Evans did the wooden block, that little tap, tap, tap. I love that because I was actually listening to that wooden block sound, but it had a real rhythm. You know, you could hear it. And that was great. I really love that song. Nice stripped down, quieter song compared to the rest of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Just shows that folksy influence that he's getting from Bob Dylan coming through a little bit there. And Arnie in our Discord chat said this song is dedicated to the groupies that hung around the outside of the Apple Music offices when, and the Beatles used to call them Apple Scruffs.
Okay. I knew there was probably some context there we were missing.
Right.
That's cool to have that. All right.
Thank you, Arnie. Yeah, so this is part 2 of his Patreon request, and he's joined us live as we're recording in the Discord chat. And you can, too, come join our Discord chat and give us a request and do both at the same time, or do nothing. We don't care.
It's great.
But that option's available.
Yes. Whenever we have one of our patrons, or not patrons, but one of our people that supplied the song, we get little tidbits of information that we probably wouldn't get normally. So it's very nice.
No, because even Wikipedia, I don't know if it says that. It's great. It's really helpful just to throw that in for us. So thank you. Okay. What's the next one?
The next one is Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp. Let it roll.
Like that rolling sound.
Let it roll across the floor, through the hole and out the door, to the fountain of perpetual mirth. Let it roll for all it's worth.
keeps surprising me. Or maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but it keeps I keep getting impressed with the. I hate the term complexity because I'm not trying to insult early bands, but this was 50 years, 55 years ago. Or was it? What did we figure it out? Boy,
Yeah,
51 years ago. But
51 years ago.
just just the sounds already, like he's doing here with that subtle electric guitar in the background,
No,
and it's rolling. It has a rolling sound to it throughout. Is that making sense? And then you have the acoustic
totally.
strum. But you have that, and I love that kind of that rolling sound of the electric guitar work going on, and it's just
well, I
you
mean,
almost feel like you're traveling with him through the song
yeah.
about this guy.
I wanted to say something very similar, but I think this sounds. I mean, listen to folk music today when you go to like a folk festival. This is the kinds of sounds you're hearing on stage. You know, people. It's not that there's a lot of like there's complexity there, but it's not like you couldn't do this all on stage, no problem, right? That's often what I find kind of defines for me folk music is like it's a bit more stripped down, a little less like, you know, a whole bunch of electrical, you know, a lot of noise per se, and they can pull off kind of these kinds of sounds. Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. Like the folk music of today hasn't changed much since, you know, this album.
Yeah, I really like that song. Well, I mean, I sound like a broken record, but I'm just truly impressed by this album. It's really hitting me in a lot of different areas for different reasons, and I really like the sound of that song. All right,
Well, don't get too excited.
awaiting. Oh, I should settle down. Awaiting on You All is the next track,
Okay.
and first now. Oh,
Sorry.
this is fine. I was just gonna say Eric Clapton does the electric guitar and some of the backing vocals here. I'm just saying the names of people I personally have heard of and know a little bit of, but he's got. It seems like a lot of these songs have the same collaborators, and I think a lot of them worked with Eric Clapton too on his band. Oh, I forget the name of it. But anyways, all right, let's do it.
All right.
Don't need a lovely, you don't need no paper hat. You don't need a heart as your full of microphone, the mess that you're in. If you open up your heart, you know what I mean. You've been polluted so long, I need to wait for you to get clean. By chanting the names of the Lord and you'll be free. The Lord is waiting on your heart. No passport, you don't need no visa. You don't need the designate or to emigrate before you can see Jesus. If you open up your heart, see He's right there. He always was and will be. He'll leave you of your care. By chanting the names of the Lord and you'll be free. The Lord is waiting on your heart to awaken to see. Chanting the names of the Lord and you'll be free. The Lord is waiting on your heart to awaken to see. You don't need no church house. You don't need no temple. You don't need no rosary beads or the rosary to see that you can fold it. You open up your heart. Know what I mean? You've been kept down so long. So I'm sinking and we're all green. While the Pope was 51% of general orders.
Where does that come from?
The stock exchange is the only thing that's gonna fucking hold us. The Lord is waiting on your heart to awaken and see. By chanting the names of the Lord, you'll be free.
It's like, you know, I get the argument. Yeah, you don't need rosary beads to like, you know, feel religious or whatever. But then like this, it almost sounded like a line out of a Weird Al song. And when the Pope owns 51% of General Motors. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading Wikipedia really quickly there because I wanted to see what it had to say about that. It doesn't really elaborate it very well.
I wonder.
Yeah, I mean,
First of all, is that truthful? Like, is that?
I doubt it.
You know,
I mean, but
obviously
we
not
know
today, but like,
the Pope or the Catholic Church has fingers in a lot of pockets outside of religion.
right.
For money making endeavors. Yeah. So this obviously stirred up some controversy, of course. But yeah, I think the overall message is that spirituality comes from within.
Yeah.
And you can use things. I'm not. We've said this before in a couple of videos. I'm not religious, but I believe in spirituality. So, in that, if you want to call spirituality looking within yourself, trying to be a better human, finding peace in the world, drawing peace from the world, and sometimes people not need. That's not the right word, but sometimes people draw strength or value from organized facilities that are built by man to get that strength. So it's not, but I still believe, so let's use the cross. If you want to wear a cross because it reminds you of Christ, and if thinking of Christ and his suffering reminds you to be good to others, at the end of the day, you got there, be good to others, whereas I just skipped the cross and you know what I mean? So that's why I try not.
Certainly some of that in the song.
Yeah, so that's all. So I agree that, but if people might need that, they might need that physical reminder or that representation, like, oh, I got to be like Jesus. Where I'm like, sure, whoever here may or may not have been, that's great. If he was good, that's good. I root for anyone that's good, and I too want to be good. I just don't need a cross to remind me of that. That's all.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know anything.
No, it's true. Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, well, you know more than I do.
Well,
all right. What's the next one?
We'll see. Let's see what the next song brings. And
Yeah,
it's
he's
called
like, Worship the Devil.
All Things Must Pass.
Oh, it's a title track.
Title track.
Eric Clapton again. Ringo Starr. Beatle rejection.
Okay.
They actually did a demo. Demo was recorded. It almost came to be, but they didn't let it be. And now it's a song from yesterday.
And now you're just punning.
I'm going to stop.
Beatle pun dog. You know what this made me think of is, do you know the song "Everything's Not Lost"? Coldplay.
Maybe if I heard it, but not by title.
I'm not going to try to attempt to sing it, but it's like the main line of it is "Everything's not lost." The lyrics are very not the same, but they're like same theme. I think even the same, like everything. I don't know. I noticed that, and I was like, even like singing the song in my head and seeing if it matched up, and I was like, oh, it does. So I wonder. I don't know. Maybe it's inspired by it.
Oh, I'm sure. What, you mean a band was inspired by George Harrison? Get out of here.
What, music is inspired by other music? No.
Get out of here with that nonsense. People don't come to this channel for that kind of commentary. Yeah, that was a nice song. It's a very simple song in many ways. Maybe that's why the Beatles, and I don't mean simple as in plain. I just mean it's the message is clear. There's no real like, oh, I wonder what he's singing about. He's just the idea that we've all gone through hard times in our life. I know you have. I know I have. And it's funny when you're in that moment, whenever think of a hard time, think of a difficult time in your life, and you're in that moment, it's like, man, this will never end. This is it. This is, and I look back like, oh, it's 10 years ago. I can recall that memory, and it's like, it's over. It passed. It's done. Like it's a moment in time. All things truly pass. And the artist that recorded this, he's dead. His time passed. It's weird. They always say 100 years from now will it matter. You could say a year from now will it matter. So
yeah,
enjoy life when you can.
Sunshine after rain.
Yeah, even darkness will be stopped by light, but then darkness comes to take away the light. It's just things just keep on keeping on. Where do we go when we die? Okay, let's go to the.
Where do babies come from? Next one is I Dig Love.
Oh, speaking of where do babies come from? Yeah.
All right, let's dig some love.
Got that jive feeling right away. I dig it. Got Eric Clapton again and Ringo Starr again helping out. Talking about sex. Replace love for sex. I think that's what he's talking about. Oh, George. No. Let that joke know. Oh, we got the lyrics here. It sounds like it's a play on words there. I'm not sure. My wife's favorite part of the song.
Good. Make sure that G is very nice and loud.
Yeah, I love Digga. Definitely play on words. Play on words.
They didn't switch the words there.
No. All right, so it's kind of a
dig it.
fun little ditty. You dig it?
Dig it.
It's not bad. I think it's kind of a contrast to some of his other stuff on this album. Like,
Yeah.
not that everything should be hoity-toity, life affirming and Eastern philosophy. This is just I'm gonna call it a throwaway song, but it's just it seems a little out of place with the rest of the themes of the album. Like, he loves love, but I think I'm maybe
I was going to say, it might be a little out of place in the album, but it is right smack in the right place in terms of history.
Right. 1970s, free love and all that stuff. Right at the end of the 60s there. I mean, it's nothing wrong with the song, but I think for re-listenability, I think if I was maybe if it was shorter, it's almost 5 minutes long. It's kind of repetitive a little bit. I think if they tightened it, maybe make it a 2.5 minute little ditty, and then it's like, okay, we'll just listen to this. It's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. But it went on for a couple of minutes longer than I think at about the halfway mark. To definitely by the 2/3 of the way through, it's like, okay, I get it. Yeah. So that's just my initial. Yeah. But I can't write. People are gonna be. That's it. I'm turning off this video. Ryan said something remotely. How dare he?
The only thing you can say are happy things.
Yeah. It was fun. Interesting sound of the drums. That was interesting, and had different changes, and so it flowed a little bit differently.
Yeah. I mean, nothing spectacular that stands out at me. Just it's I don't know. I almost think like this song may be there a little bit to placate the audience a little. You know what I mean? Like we need a song that's about what we're feeling, the stuff that we're thinking. I wanna like have sex. I wanna have sex to a song. So make a sex song.
I guarantee you people have had sex in a song. If not, they've definitely. I guarantee you, people have been smoking marijuana naked listening to the song, like dancing. You know,
digging love.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
we'll do it after. Okay, let's go. Next song. Let's do it. Next one's called Art of Dying.
Some wah-wah.
That's Eric Clapton.
Ooh. Cool start.
Yeah, really. Definitely Eric Clapton there. You can hear that. Great.
Wow. Yeah, you didn't hear any of this on the Beatles.
No, I was going to say, this is a big step forward.
hear the strings more now.
Yeah. The drumming reminds me of the Who type drumming sound.
Yep. Yep.
That was a fun song. I mean, that was great. Highlight so far of side 2 in my books.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it fades out when it actually, at the very end, they stop playing, and then it, you know what I mean? Like they should have just played to the end and then let it fade out the sound. Yeah, anyway.
Maybe it died. Sort of fade away and then it died.
Oh, the art of dying.
The art of dying. Yeah, what a fun song. And what I like that he was singing slow. I like that when he's singing kind of a slow tempo with the fast, like it's that.
Yep.
It's a great juxtaposition where he's singing slow. Like if you heard just the isolated track of him singing and never hearing the song before, I wonder how many people would think it's him singing to a fast beat song or a slow beat song.
Yeah. And this is like 71. There's still like music is starting to change fairly quickly. You know what I mean? Like a lot of music is diverging at this point. That's 68 to 75, 76. There's just everything's branching out, and I wonder, is this them going, well, music's changing, we should start to change our sound a bit, or are they kind of a bit of the pioneers of the sound? I always want to know that.
Yeah, well, probably a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Arnie, can you tell us in the chat, this is Isn't It Pretty version 2? I don't know. I'm kind of confused why there's 2 versions of the song. I think it's shorter, and I think Eric Clapton plays on this one. That's the only thing I could really get from this.
I wonder if because I was curious about that actually, because remember in the last one, Isn't It a Pity? I was like, oh, this isn't the version that I've heard before.
He said it's shorter and slower.
Oh,
so it's a different.
So it is.
So
it's not the version.
Rearrangement. It's a different arrangement. Okay, cool.
All right,
interesting. Okay,
let's hear it.
Good. So it's not worth our time, but it'd be interesting. Oh, okay. That's the probably Eric Clapton there, the Metro brother.
Mm-hmm. It's where Clapton got the idea to do an unplugged album.
Shame how we break each other's hearts and cause each other pain, how we take each other's love without thinking anymore. Forgetting to give back. Isn't it a pity? Some things take so long. But how do I explain? Not too many people can see we're all the same, and because of all their tears, their eyes can't hope to see
Yeah, you can really hear Clapton here now.
Yeah.
I do really like that song.
Yeah, interesting reinterpretation. It's obviously adding Eric Clapton's work there. I think elevated it a bit more. What's your preferred version, Arnie? Be curious as a longtime listener of that album. Wonder what longtime fans of that album prefer, version 1 or version 2. The debate might be.
Yeah, I enjoyed. Maybe I missed that middle verse. Some things take so long, but how do I explain when not too many people can see we're all the same, and because of all their tears, your eyes can hope to see the beauty that surrounds them. Now, isn't it a pity? That's just like, I don't know. That one really stuck out to me this time. It's a constant theme in my life, I think. Is just wish that people could see how cool people are, and how, like, you know, it's not hard to just put down the I hate you for just a second and go, oh, hang on. I don't eat you for breakfast. You're a human being, and I, can get along with you. And not only that is, oh, look at all this beauty I miss when I focus on just hating people.
Yeah. Wow, George is changing our life.
There you go. It's good.
Well, here we go.
Good
Nate.
lyric. Yeah.
Thin. This is the next song is the last one on the album.
All right.
Well, Arnie said that he likes. He also said what you just said. He thought that was good, and he's the growing part, or version 2 is growing on him throughout the years. I can see that. I think initially I was like, I think I like version 1 better, but I could see how this one would grow over time. Okay, so the last song on the album, he's also smoked marijuana and been naked listening to that other song we were talking about. I Dig Love. He said that he's done that. So, sorry, Arnie. If you want, we can edit that out if you want. It's awesome. That made me laugh. I thought it was great. All right. Next one is called, the last one on the original release of the album. Like I said, there's a lot of reissues with bonus tracks and what have you. Is called. What was it called again?
Hear Me, Lord.
Forgive me, Lord, please, those years when I ignored you.
Piano.
Forgive the Lord those that feel they can't afford you. Help me, Lord, please, to rise above this feeling. Help me, Lord, please, to love you with more feeling.
Oh, that.
Gospel hum.
Ends of
Yeah.
the road. To the left and the right, above and below us. I believe there's no place that you're not in here. Won't you leave me alone?
great piano.
It's very strong. Don't have my lighter.
Every kicked in.
That theme is like pretty much throughout the album, hey? Not that specific theme, but like the idea of like, you know, being heard, you know,
making peace with
making peace, finding some, you know, well, obviously all things must pass is kind of the other theme, but like the other theme there that's like, you know, find spirituality somehow and then make it known. Hear me. Yeah.
That's a great song, actually. Probably one of the, I would say, I haven't ranked. We don't really do rankings because I don't think it's fair. I don't like doing that either because it can change. But I think this is top 3 songs right off the bat from the album.
Yeah.
Through like the strong closer. A good album has a strong opener. A good album has strong songs throughout, which this album has. But that's a great closer. What a great send off to that. You know, you put that on your LP back in 1970 and closes on that song. You're like, man, that was a good experience, man. And I definitely highlight of this album.
Yeah. Good point. I like how you phrased that. Yeah, that's, to me, it's the album has some big highlights in it that I would go back and listen to. I'm gonna probably add a few of those ones onto my iTunes already. So cool.
Yeah, Arnie just said that all the Beatles preached love, but George was the most spiritual, and I think that's probably why I connect with him. Not that I'm spiritual, I don't mean like that, but I got a feeling that George was probably empathetic. He probably felt feelings from other people. I'm that way, and I've got a feeling George is that way. people that are empathetic and feel other people that are as well. And I even though I've never met him, I got the feeling the way he expresses himself is that way because he's quiet and he's always listening. Yeah.
That's why when we watch those like panic videos of people falling off of buildings and stuff, you have what's called a parasympathetic reaction.
Yes. Is that what that's called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go.
Well, yeah, no more of those videos, please. Okay, so there we go. That was that was a beautiful experience, wonderful experience, amazing. I'm glad I got to hear that album. That's if you want us to listen to your request, whether it's an album or a song or more than one song, go to our Patreon. See the tiers. If you don't want to go to Patreon because people don't like Patreon, that's fine. You can also send that same amount to our PayPal. Our Discord channel is free of charge. Just come and chat and watch us record live. Yeah.
You said it all, Ryan. Well, that was George Harrison. And
that was George Harrison.
Although George Harrison will now pass this song, well, okay, I had this things ready. I was going to say it, and then it just bombed. It bombed so bad.
There's a reason why he's an artist and can come up with stuff.
Exactly. We'll see you on the next one. That's what I was trying to get to. Words
hard to say, come by.
Face make sound. Holes.
Ooh. I dig love.
That's where we'll end it right there.